Disagree with the boss is scary, but a good boss will want to know if there is a risk. So, how would you safely disagree with your manager? Here is the tip. The key is never attack the person, attack the problem. Never say you are wrong. That is an attack. Instead, use the validate pivot technique. First, validate. I see your point about cutting costs. Then, pivot to data. However, looking at the Q3 data, I am concerned this will slow down production. Use the phrase, my concern is, rather than I disagree. My concern sounds like you are worried about the company's safety. But when you use I disagree, it sounds like a fight. Be the protector of the company, not the enemy of the boss. So now, let's dive deeper into understanding practical steps for disagreeing respectfully. Before we look at the language, remember this rule. You are not challenging authority, you are contributing perspective. Your goal is not to win an argument. Your goal is to help your boss make a better decision. Step 1. Acknowledge first. This is how you show respect. Acknowledging does not mean agreeing. It shows emotional intelligence and awareness of hierarchy. Here are the phrases that you can use. First, I understand the direction you are suggesting. Or, I see the reasoning behind this approach. Or, that makes sense from a timing perspective. Notice how none of these phrases says you are right. They say, I hear you. This is acknowledging. Step 2. Signal a different view, soft entry. Never jump straight into a disagreement. Signal first. You may use these phrases to signal that you have different ideas. Something like, I would like to share another perspective. Or, may I offer a different view? Or you may also say, there is one concern I would like to raise. This prepares your boss or your manager emotionally. It reduces the defensiveness. And then we can move on to step 3. So what do we do in step 3? We set the disagreement clearly. Facts over feelings. Focus on data, impact, or risk, not personal preference. You may use some phrases like, based on the data, this may increase the cost by, or from my experience on similar projects, or one risk we should consider is. And remember, there are phrases that you should not use. So what not to say? Those phrases include, I don't think this will work, or you are wrong, or that's a bad idea. And step 4, what do we do in the last step? That is how you want to show your boss that you would come to realign with your boss' goal. This is how you show loyalty. When you end your sentences by showing you are on the same team, you would easily get a buy-in from your boss. You may use phrases like, my goal is the same as yours, delivering this successfully. Or, I want to make sure we avoid delays later on. Or, this is to support the outcome you want. So let's go into a case study. This picture might look familiar when the boss say, let's launch this by Friday, but you have tons of work to do. So how do you respond to this professionally? This is the professional response. I would like you to pause the video if you want and read this through quickly, and then remember the 4-step framework to disagree with our boss respectfully. When you are done, let's break down this response together. I understand the urgency and why Friday would be ideal. So this is step 1. Acknowledge First, you show that you respect your boss. May I share one concern? This is step 2. This is how you signal a different you. Soft entry to disagreement. And when you say this sentence, you're moving forward step 3. State the disagreement clearly. Again, facts over feelings. The last sentence is how you move from step 3 to step 4 to realign with the boss goal. Again, this is to show loyalty. So these are the 4 steps you can use to disagree with your boss. But then there are common mistakes that we all need to avoid when we want to disagree with our managers. Common mistakes number 1 is apologizing too much. Number 2, over-explaining. Sometimes you don't need to over-explain. Number 3, using emotional language. Number 4, speaking without preparation. And number 5, disagreeing in public without sensitivity. So remember these 5 mistakes you need to avoid if you want to disagree with your boss respectfully. Disagreeing respectfully is a leadership skill. When done well, it builds trust, credibility, and influence. Remember, you are not saying no to your boss, you are saying yes to better decisions. This is how you also build your confidence in disagreeing when you see things are not right.